EA Sports. It's the Cowboys and the Saints. All that and more. Coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to a sold-out and absolutely rocking Superdome here in downtown New Orleans. Coming up, we've got an ultra-important divisional round matchup in the NFC, as it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the New Orleans Saints. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their 8th-year quarterback.
All in all, he was pretty solid in the victory in the wild card round and threw a couple of touchdowns. And when it comes to quarterback play, you'd always love spectacular. But in the playoffs, you'll take solid. And that's exactly what they're looking for from him again in this contest.
First look is incomplete.
We'll have to see what kind of looks this defense is going to throw as this game moves along, but they're in a zone to start. I do think we'll see plenty of man coverages will move along, but the first throw of this one, incomplete.
Steps away to his left. Oh, and now some space to operate. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Simmons. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. But they kept it simple there, CD. Only needed the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert. Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Collins. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Here's 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Saints first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. Well, that's one way, and a good way to get things going offensively. One play in, and they're already on the move. The defense, they're hoping that's not a sign of things to come as this game unfolds. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. Here now, 2nd and 4. Back to throw again. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. They'll look to throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. It's a gain of 4 there and gives him a new set of downs. Now the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far in the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
A handoff, Dorsett up the middle. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Now a handoff up the middle. Levine, nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. How about this opening drive? Play number 12 now. This is 3rd down. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. That one caught by Pope. And he's going to have the Saints first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Up the middle they go. Levine. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. During that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Looking to throw. Simmons. It's caught by Davis. So the completion good for 6 yards. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Well, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the draw means it'll be 4th down.
Well, that's the 2nd time in this opening drive alone that he's dropped a pass. We know that that can't continue, but they got to determine what it's about. Is he just super amped for the game and maybe he'll settle in, or is his focus just not there?
They opt to go for it, and they get it. 1st and goal after a pickup of 5. And they'll send the slot in motion left. He's going to handle it on the touch pass. Oh, that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now.
3rd and goal.
Back to throw. Simmons. That's to the pylon and incomplete. This Cowboy defense looked ready for that 3rd down pass. Brings up 4th. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
And the quality of opponent goes up a notch here in this divisional round. But he's coming off such a sensational performance, I'm not sure he cares. 4 touchdown passes in the last game, and you'd have to imagine his head coach would sign up for that right now.
Throwing to start the drive. Barker. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Operating from the gun. Barker. With hitter here, it's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
The result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. from the 44-yard line. Here's second down and 2. Off play action. Barker. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 31-yard line. Hands it off out of the gun. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Second down and a yard. Now again, right side. It's Joseph. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a third and very short.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to floor from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Throw left side, complete. That's Gregory. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And it'll be fourth down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on third down.
Yeah, now what? How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
And his kick here is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So a return of serve, so to speak, here on the second drive of our game as they respond to that opening field goal with 3 of their own.
I like that. Go a little tennis on
I
there.
know you like to mix it up with sports.
They crack a forehand back out and they get a backhand. What was the start? What's the return on?
It was a backhand. And a really good backhand.
It's top spin on a little bit. I love it. Almost a mirror image when you really get down to it. I thought that was pretty good stuff.
New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But let's have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
3-3, a tight one after one on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession. From the 31, here's a 2nd and 5. As they've got it as we resume action. They'll keep it on the ground. Levine. And they'll stop it after a gain of a couple to the 33. The Saints on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now a handoff up the middle. Levine. That'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
What an advantage having a lead guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. .42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Dallas offense set for this next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
We've met fan bases that wanted them. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
In motion goes the tight end. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he whips that one incomplete there. He hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game. You know, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it up.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Nice job of bottling him up defensively, and now he brings up 3rd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 45-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down.
So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that third down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Now a handoff running through the middle.
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down at will.
When you get into the divisional round of the playoffs, this is where having the ability to run the football is such an advantage. The defenses, they're generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you can get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
From the 21, here's second down and 8.
Looking to throw. Barker, he finds his man, complete. It's Gregory. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on third down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. Operating from the gun. Barker. He finds his man, complete. That's Gregory. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. Back to throw. Barker. That is caught. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. They're able to keep the drive alive 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. Looking to throw. Barker.
Tucker hauls it in over the middle.
He'll get only 2 there, and it's second and goal.
He kept the receiver in the short field, but now let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Operating from the gun. Barker escaping the press. And they're going to get to him. Sack back at the 9-yard line.
No surprise there. Chase Young lets that play the same. A big one coming in this divisional round playoff. Third and goal.
Back to throw. Barker. And probably the wise decision there. But he just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. And forthcoming, a field goal try for the Cowboys. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is right there. It's good, and they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So we're trading first-half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. Got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep the field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here.
Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during the series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Rolling to his right. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line.
And while all of that was going on with a sack, it appears, unfortunately, we have an injured player. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. 3rd and 8. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And this is going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Throwing to start the drive. Barker, he's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Throw left side, pulled in by Tucker. No gain on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Over the middle, it's complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his big catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints 28. Instead of a 3rd and 1 run, they go pass, and they get 12 yards out of it. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Barker. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Cowboys are able to widen their advantage.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put it into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it works very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And you work so hard during the regular season to earn that bye to go to the divisional round fresh. Well, maybe they're too fresh because they've come out here pretty flat.
And how many times have we seen it? And let's go to other sports now. Let's go to basketball, baseball, those ones where the playoffs are a series. And you see teams who were playing before versus the team that had the bye, and they take them on. And how more often does that team that had been playing before win game 1? Right. Almost always, right? Feels that way anyway. When it's a one-shot deal like the NFL, that's critical because now you come in and you get the momentum. You can take another in that one game and it's over. And those other ones, that team at home usually gets a chance to recover, and they're usually the better team.
They better hold that momentum on the other side quickly, or this might be their last game. Second and 2. And that one too wide and incomplete.
Got no man that time, man. They're putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. From the gun on 3rd down, Robertson. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively, or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere. but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
On the return is Williams. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Out is their quarterback with this offense to take over once more. He threw a touchdown pass last time they had it. And he'll look to get him in the end zone again here as they start with a first down. Throwing to start the drive. Barker. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be second down. Looking to throw. Barker got his man complete over the middle. It's Gregory. 7 yards there in the first down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. They'll look to throw now on first down. Open man is Tucker. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. It'll be a gain of 5. And it'll be second down. Back to throw. Barker. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now 1 yard to go on third down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Third down and 1. Looking to throw. Barker able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1. Back to throw. Barker. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
Following the fumble recovery, Robertson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. They'll look to throw here on first down. Looking for his man on the out route, and he's got Diggs. Now we get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Robertson. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But third down coming up.
Third down and 10 yards to go.
Back to throw. Robertson. And he's going to be taken down. Back around the 35-yard line. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. And his kick is indeed good. And they will cut the lead back down to a touchdown now at 13-6. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30, putting in nice work on the return. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just 1 snap of the football. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. A look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the third quarter. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Cowboy offense set to go to begin this third quarter. And they've been the better of the two teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium. But you know who was not a surprise to, partner? This team with the football. They were very confident coming in.
So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to bring up second down. Here's a give up the middle. And he's met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go. Looking to throw. Parker. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Cowboys first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. Pretty good location there on that throw.
It really was, wasn't it? That was likely one where the receiver was either going to catch it or no one. Really good decision. And, boy, what a catch and move right there.
And a tough spot to get it over the middle. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Off the play fake. Parker. And a quick throw here. That's complete. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And it's second down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
The completion was given up, and that's why you play zone defense, so you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He finds his target, Beckham. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Over the middle, complete. It's Tucker. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. Back to throw now on 1st down. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great play there. A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Cowboys take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is lets you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you've taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the 2nd half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. It was a small match, but spread overcome. A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because You don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
Looking left side, he's got a man. That's low. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10.
Second down and 10.
Operating from the gun, Robertson. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
This is caught inside the 15. And he takes us down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
And the slot man goes in motion left. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. And the ball situated at the 9. 2nd and goal. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. With 44 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time. So a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal. This defense continues to be good on 3rd down. I mean, they haven't allowed a touchdown offensively. Are you saying, let's go for this? Let's try to get it in the end zone.
I don't know about that because of what you just described. They've been so good, and they don't give up the...
And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Saints' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Point after, right down the middle. And they'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
Operating from the gun, Parker. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run because we envision them in offenses catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. In motion, the tight end. Operating from the gun. Parker. His throw here is going to be incomplete. 2nd and 10 here as we sit in the 3rd quarter of this divisional round matchup. They'll bring a tight end in motion left. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. That's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 3rd and 2. throw. Barker. And he will have a Cowboys first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
First down, Dallas.
They'll try the left side. It's Joseph. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And it's caught. Beckham. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. Barker working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Cowboys are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. Operating from the gun. Barker looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Line of scrimmage again, the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. A lot of time bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Back to throw again. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Cowboys are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this 4th quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Saints offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the 4th quarter, the divisional round. And they need to come up with something as they get this drive started. And the ball on the 30, here's 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Robertson. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. A 6-yard pass on back-to-back plays. Picks up the 1st.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Up the middle they go. Levine. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down. Second and 6. He finds his man, complete. It's low. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 46. He's got it to the 43 here. From the 43, here's a 2nd and 7.
Taken down at the 43-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Looking to throw. Robertson. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 31-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Back to throw. Robertson. He finds his man, complete. It's low. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. On 1st down, Levine. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Holding offense.
That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him.
2nd and 16. They'll look to throw again. They'll find McMillan here. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. They're in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
From the gun on 3rd down. Robertson eluding, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Out now is the field goal unit for New Orleans. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
The Cowboys offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And now first downs are key. They want to keep that clock moving up by 2 scores as they try to cement their place in the conference championship round in 1 week's time. Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Parker, he finds his man, complete. That's Gregory. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Joseph. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
And that's a great run, and this is where you've got a running back who feels like he needs to take over this football game. You're in the second half, you've got the lead, you're looking at moving on to the conference championship, and he's got to be saying, just keep giving me the ball, and I'll get us home.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 46-yard line.
They'll try and run this one right up the gut. They'll get only a couple down at 44.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations. There'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and take look like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play.
That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 31-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 3. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great effort there. 27 yards. And the Cowboys continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Flushed out right. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line. first down. They'll go to the ground attack. And we'll get this one down to about the 17. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And the Cowboys are going to be set up with a first and goal as a nice run there. Gets them down to the 6-yard line.
This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the fourth.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do, they can't get off the field. They can't slow them down. They just go up and down the field against them. They unravel would be a perfect word for them.
Pickup of 2. Brings up second and goal.
And the Cowboys will advance to the next round as we say thanks for watching. And